Hey guys, welcome. We're going to go over the Chapter 9 study guide right now, so let's go ahead and get to it. Translate negative 4, 6, 5 units to the left, 5 units down. So if we're going to the left, that's going to change the x value and by subtracting it by 5 units. And going down 5 is going to change the y value and subtract it from 5. So left is a negative and down is a negative as well. Left and right affects our x and up and down affects our y. So negative 4 minus 5 is going to give us negative 9. 6 minus 5 gives us 1. Rotate counterclockwise. We can use our rule if you know it. So counterclockwise would be a positive 90-degree rotation. So the back number is going to become positive, or change sign, and the x will stay the same. So this negative 6 is going to come to the front and become positive. The 3 is going to go to the back. Okay. We can always check this too with a quick little graph sketch. 3, negative 6 would be in my fourth quadrant, where x is positive and y is negative. And rotating counterclockwise is going to rotate me this direction, so I should be up here. And notice this is in the positive quadrant, thus we get 6, 3. Okay. Rotate clockwise 90 degrees. That's actually going to be a negative 90 degrees if we're looking at our rules. So we should go ahead and flip these as well. And we should get negative 6, negative 3. And again, we're going to be going from the fourth quadrant to the third quadrant if we rotate the opposite way. And that's in the negative quadrant. Rotate 180 is going to change the sign, so negative 5 is going to become a positive 5, and 8 is going to become a negative 8. We're going to reflect this next one, number 5, over the y-axis. If you do that, the y stays the same, and the x changes sign. Vice versa, on the x-axis, the x stays the same, and the y switches its sign. For number 7, y equals x line, we're going to flip the location, so these two switch, become 3, negative 7. And we keep the negative 7 negative. We don't change any signs in front, negative or positive, they stay the same. Just flip the location. And then this last one on this set is going to switch, and then we're going to change signs. So positive 3 is now going to become a negative 3, and a negative 7 becomes a positive 7. Alright, let's go ahead and look at this question here. Let me just adjust the screen just a bit. Okay, so D is at 6, negative 4, so we're going to go 6 on the x, and then negative 4, so we're right here. Here is point D. And it's going to be reflected over the y equals negative 2 line. So to find this, we're going to go to the y-axis, find negative 2 right here. If I drew a vertical line, that would be the y-axis, and y equals negative 2 is not a y-axis. So we're going to draw a horizontal line, and we're going to reflect over this line. So when we reflect over the line, we want to count the distance from the line to the other one. So from here to here, that's 2 points. And then we're going to go, if it's 2 points this way, we're going to go 2 points up here. And we get this point right there. And that's D prime, and that's at 6, 0. Since we reflected over the y equals negative 2, we can't use our rule. We have to draw to figure out exactly where it is. But notice it's equidistant. Okay, number 10. D stands for dilation, O stands for at the origin, and then 5/7. What we have to do is multiply each of these by our scale factor. And what happens when I multiply this, I see that 7 and 14 are going to cross cancel. That's going to become 1 over 2. 5 times 2 is 10. 7 and 7 go into each other 1 each. 5 times negative 1 is a negative 5. So that's as simple as we can go for that. Next, we have a glide reflection. The word glide means we're going to translate first, and then we're going to reflect. Okay, so we start out with the image, the pre-image, which is negative 3, negative 6, so negative 2. So we're going to start right here. Just to help, I'm going to call it A. It doesn't call it A, but I'm going to call it A. And first we're going to go ahead and do our dilation, our glide, and it says all points up 6 units. So we're going to go up 6 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we would be at this point right here. And then we're going to reflect over the y-axis. Okay, so here's the y-axis right there. And we're going to notice that this is 1, 2, 3 units away from the y. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 units away on the other side. And there's a prime, and that's at 3, 4. So we glided and reflected. All right. Number 12 and 13, we're going to do 14, 15. You can try those and line them up, but those are bonus. So we're actually not going to do those in this video. We're going to just stick to 12 and 13. Okay. Basically, we're trying to get the two images to overlap one another. And there's a couple ways that we can do this, and I'm going to go over two different ways. But first, you got to come up with a hypothesis of what you think is going to happen. Now, I have this little triangle I'll use on this one, but I probably won't do it on the other one. Keeps flipping around. So if I want to go from ABC to triangle FGH, if I try rotation 90 and then 180, it's going to look something like that. It's not going to line up. So I know rotation doesn't work. So I'm going to try reflection. So I'm going to mirror this over a horizontal line. And if I mirror it over a horizontal line, it's going to look something like that. And as you can see there, it's in the right position. Then I'm just going to have to slide it on in. So we're going to try a reflection. I'm going to use this space over here. Reflection over, I'm going to just do the x-axis. That way I can use rules. And then I'm going to go ahead and end up translating it a certain amount of spaces. I'm not sure how many yet. So I'm going to go ahead and try all my points real quick. Point A, point B, and point C. So A is at, here's the origin by the way, 1, 2, 3, negative 3, comma 2. B is at negative 2, 4. And C is at positive 1, 1. Okay? So I'm going to reflect this over the x-axis. So using my rule, the x is going to stay the same, the y is going to become negative. So we're going to go ahead and transfer all those over. So negative 3, comma negative 2. And then we're going to go negative 2, comma negative 4. And we're going to go 1, comma negative 1. Okay? So I'm going to remap those, and I'm going to use pink to do that. So this will be under pink. Negative 3, negative 2, negative 2, negative, whoops, negative, let's see, negative 1, 2, 3, negative 2, yep, negative 2, negative 4. There we go. And 1, negative 1. Okay, so there's our shape right there. Okay, we do have to do a slide, but notice it looks like it's in the right location. And I'm just going to check. It looks like I just need to go up 1 and over 3. So I'm going to add 3 to the x and add 1 to the y. And if I do that, I should get my correct points. Let's use our math and see. So I'm going to go up 3 over 1. That's going to become 0, negative 1, 1, negative 3, 4, 0. Okay? And we can check our answers real quick. This is at 4, 0. Check. 1, negative 3. Check. And 0, negative 1. Check. Okay, so our rule is correct. Alright, so that's how we can do point way. I also use the picture, so I like to do both. Let's try this next one. Okay, looking at this one, we want to go ahead and see if we can line these up. And so what we're going to want to do is make sure we line up the correct piece with the right spot. Notice from E to F, we'd have to go up 1, down 3, and this one you go up 1, over 3. So these two should match up, which means that triangle D, triangle P, those points should match up. And then we're also going to want to match E with Q and F with R. And what you'll notice is PQR, DEF, those are in alphabetical order, so those are the ones I want to line up. Okay? It looks like I'm going to do a rotation and then maybe some work. So what we're going to do is we're going to try doing a rotation on this and see what we get. Okay? So I'm going to rotate this guy right here 90 degrees and see if we can get him into place. Alright? So let's try a rotation of 90 degrees, that's positive, and we're going to get D, E, F, and let's write those points in. Let's see, F is going to be at 3, 1. We're going to get 2, 4, and D is at negative 1, 2. So rotating 90 degrees, I'm going to change the position and we're going to change the sign of the front number. So we're going to change the position, this becomes 2, negative 1, and the front's going to become negative. Change the position 4, 2, front's going to become negative. And 1, 3, the front's going to become negative. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and find those locations with pink. And here we go. Let's go, let's see, negative 1, positive 3, 1, 2, 3, negative 4, positive 2, and negative 2, negative 1. Okay, so our shape looks like it's in good order. We just need to translate it. It looks like this needs to go over 1 to the right and down 3, over 1, down 3, over 1, down 3. So our translation is going to be 1 to the right and down 3. Okay? And there we go. That should do it. I just did a visual check, over 1, down 3, over 1, down 3, over 1, down 3. We could do the number check as well, but we get the correct answer. All right, guys, good luck. Study rules. Make sure you're ready and prepared. Ciao.